Hey guys, welcome to Box One. Don't box your mind. Okay, jadi hari ini we want to do a small conversation about the James Harden trade. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Jadi James Harden trade ini yang pasti membuat Superteam baru di Brooklyn Nets. Nah, gimana ya the dynamic between these three?
Okay, it's a big news for me actually. I want to see how they go further away from last year, and let's see the dynamic. And what do you think? Do you have any question about that?
I think one thing that's gonna be for sure is ya nggak ada yang bakal bisa nge-double team James Harden, KD atau Kyrie. Semuanya pasti free banget, jadi open space banget. Yang pasti sih mereka bisa ada dua superstar out in the court for 48 minutes, no matter what's the time. Tapi I do have a concern with the depth of the Nets. They gave up a lot of their bench, so now like who's left? Who's in the second unit yang bisa ngebawa?
Yeah, agree. So who is leaving Brooklyn?
Leaving Brooklyn, Caris LeVert, Jared Allen, Teron Prince, and Rodion Kuros. I hope I said his name right.
Yeah.
Oh, and also 4 first-round picks and 4 pick swaps. So basically, the Nets' entire future, basically, just so that they can win this season.
Yep.
All right. Moving on.
How is the starter looking with James coming to Brooklyn?
I think James will play point. Kyrie will play the 2 guard, the shooting guard position, and then Kevin Durant, depending on the lineup that Steve Nash wants to run, he can go for small forward, power forward, or center because they can go small ball with him, they can go traditional, and he's just going to be a threat anywhere. Okay, so for the Nets, menurut Mister, projectionnya the season apa?
Okay, with James coming to Brooklyn, I think DeAndre Jordan will be starting in the middle. He will be at the center top, and maybe KD will play the stretch 4, and they have a really good percentage shooter, Harris. I forgot his full name.
Joe Harris.
Joe Harris, yes. And then Kyrie and James. And according to me, on my opinion, if these guys all healthy, yeah, I think for sure they will go to the Eastern Conference Final.
Okay, so for sure sekarang they're the top dogs. Mereka yang harus dikalahkan lah pokoknya.
Yeah.
Nah,
everybody will go and hunt them.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the competition then. So the Eastern Conference is looking pretty stacked. There's Philadelphia, Milwaukee Bucks, Miami Heat, Boston Celtics. Out of those 4, which one do you think has the best chance to take out Brooklyn?
Okay, on my opinion, by today's game, I think Giannis and the Bucks can compete with KD, Kyrie, and James in the Brooklyn because they have Giannis, of course. They have Drew Holiday. He's a defender. He's a really good defender. Besides Bucks, the potential Boston can compete also with Brooklyn because they have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and hopefully Kemba Walker will return soon, and we will have a really good game between those two. Besides those two, I want to mention Butler and the gang, Jim Butler and the Heat. For sure, they compete also with Brooklyn.
How about Philly? You have no comments on Philly?
Philly, for now, I don't think so.
Why not?
Yeah, they have Ben Simmons, they have Embiid, they have Danny Green, but if they want to switch, there are no particularly one player that can guard either James or KD. Gak ada
Ah,
satu yang stretch 4 gitu bisa who can guard KD, basically 7 foot shooting guard. He can go either way, he can go outside or inside.
So bisa dibilang nggak ada wing yang bisa ngejaga dia ya di rosternya Philly.
Yeah, for now in Philly now.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say for Bucks, the only thing that I am not sure of is in the playoffs. Yeah, I think it's more about the coaching. Like when it was Milwaukee versus the Heat, Giannis didn't even play until 40 minutes, and Mike Budenholzer, he's been getting criticized a lot for his plays and how he runs the offense within the Bucks. So I'm looking forward to how they'll resolve that. For the Heat, I think it's the same problem with how they faced against the Lakers. Jimmy Butler has to play out of his mind, basically averaging a triple-double or at least 30 points plus to be able for them to have a chance. And I think that will be the same for going up against Brooklyn, just because of how many scorers they have. Boston, I have a feeling is they're a bit too small. They have great wings, but they have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but I'm just not too sure how both of them can try to stop Kevin Durant. Or what do you think about this?
Okay, in terms of being a coach, kalau menurut Mister, Brooklyn ini sekarang mengingatkan Mister sama eranya Steve Nash when he got Raja Bell, Quentin Richardson, Joe Johnson, and Amaris Stoudemire.
Oh, okay.
Or in this time of era, kita bisa sebut Steve Nash, ada assistant coachnya kan Mike D'Antoni. Ya sebetulnya kayaknya mastermind-nya tuh sebetulnya Mike D'Antoni. Jadi kurang lebih mungkin KD akan jadi Amare, tapi KD can shoot. So everybody can shoot the ball. Everybody can spread the floor. Everybody, I don't think either Heat, Boston, or Philly, or even Hornets can match up with them. So it's really hard. If you can see the Bucks or the Heat, they have a really depth or deep bench, and they have a lot of wing or a three-way player, or even he can post up, he can bring the ball like Jim Butler. Let's see if Doc Rivers can match up the Mike D'Antoni era during the Phoenix Suns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it will be fun seeing the Philly and Brooklyn match up, and I want to see Giannis versus KD, or even how is Jason Tatum switch with James and KD.
Oh yeah. I would like to mention though, I would like to see if it goes down to this is Brooklyn versus Boston, because I want to see Kemba versus Kyrie, especially with especially with the rivalry in Boston. Kyrie had his leave there, and then he was replaced with Kemba, and Kyrie, they have similar play styles. So yeah, it'll be fun to see for sure. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so going on, let's go circle back to coaching. What will Steve Nash do with the rotation? Like, in your opinion?
I think the one who play a lot will be James, either James or Kyrie. and Steve Nash will be needing help from the bench. I don't know who do they have now the bench can, because I know Taron Prince is really good. I'm
Yes.
following his career since he was in Hawks, and then he's really a competitive player. He can go either way, defense or offense. He can shoot. He can go to the outside. He can guard multiple offensive player, or he can go switch.
Mm.
Who will
Okay.
be the sixth man or even the seventh man?
Okay, well, I'm looking through the Nets roster right now, and I'm gonna say some names. So obviously Spencer Dinwiddie, who's currently out. They have Landry Shamet. They have Jeff Green. I think those are some of the notable names that are going to be coming off the bench. The rest is somebody that I never heard of. The rest is like Bruce Brown Jr., Nicholas Claxton, Reggie Perry, and I never heard of them. But so we'll see.
Okay. So the biggest name is Jeff Green. He's a veteran. He usually play with KD and Harden
Yeah.
during the times, and yeah, I think Green will play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so with that being said, if we're going by talking back to the trade, we know that this trade is basically a three-man trade between Nets, Rockets, and the Cavaliers. And you can kind of say it's a four-man trade because the Rockets then flipped Karis LeVert to Indiana for Victor Oladipo. So who do you think is the biggest winners from this trade? Who benefits the most, or who gets the most spotlight?
Okay. Okay, I think James udah ngotot-ngotot dari awal pengen keluar dari Houston, mau main sama Kyrie sama KD. For sure he will be enjoy to play with those two, and it's a really good opportunity for Jared Allen and Caris LeVert also. So I think Caris LeVert will play with Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, and McDermott and Sabonis. Will go have a really good average point of an assist.
Okay.
Yeah. And a really good opportunity also. I think Victor Oladipo, if he can play his level into the All-Star again, I'm hoping also. So he can play with the Wall and Boogie Cousins.
Okay.
I think everybody get what they want, especially. And I want to mention, it's really sad seeing the Fro leave Brooklyn, because Jared Allen is like the, what do I say?
Poster child.
Well, yeah, the one who always blocked the shot.
Yeah.
The soul from Brooklyn. Even he go into the starting lineup, and then DeAndre Jordan become his bench or his replacement. So I think all of them get really a good chance to play in either ways, in Cleveland or Rockets, and James go to the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay. Do you think that the Cavaliers will be a good team with having Jared Allen and Taron Prince?
I don't think so. Maybe they need a couple of season or even 3 musim atau 4 musim lagi. Karena even though they have Andre Drummond, Larry Nance Jr. also is really good now. From outside. Tapi kayaknya masih jauh deh. Butuh satu coach yang bisa megang itu semua, terus yang bisa develop all the young players.
Yeah, Yeah, so Garland and Sexton juga kan.
Yep.
Okay. So you're saying 8th seed for them not likely?
No.
Still far, yeah? Okay. All right then. Well, moving on. Still talking about this James Harden trade. Obviously, the way that James Harden wanted out of Houston was very unsightly. You can say ya kan banyak ngotot gitu, banyak ya bisa dibilang agak kurang sportif sih. He made a lot of statements. Yeah, we can see just from his actions, it's not something to applaud for. So I guess one thing that we can talk about is about loyalty. So with James Harden going to the Nets, requesting a trade, would you say that we're starting to see an end in loyalty with players to franchise?
Oke. Sebetulnya dulu pas lagi zamannya si who's the center who go to Hawks?
Al Horford?
No, not Al Horford. The one who played with James at Rockets.
Oh, Dwight Howard.
No. After Dwight Howard, Clint Capella.
Oh, Clint Capella, yeah.
Sebetulnya waktu Clint Capella masih di Rockets itu sebetulnya bagus sih. Jadi dari coachnya Mike D'Antoni, Harden jadi playmakernya. Jadi he just play ISO, go to the basket, and then go toss the ball up, and then Clint Capella just dunk the ball. Itu bagus menurut Mister sih.
Yeah.
Tapi setelah itu terus Westbrook masuk, ya on my personal opinion nggak akan bisa klop sih satu sama lain. Dua-duanya dominasi ball handler banget. Terus James can shoot from outside with a really good percentage, but Russell not so much.
Yes, I would like to say that Chris Paul, his time in Houston, it was one that was really, it's really close. Some people would argue that the Houston Rockets were one hamstring away from the NBA Finals and possibly the NBA champions, because Cleveland was pretty bad in 2018. But some would say that the Golden State will still win anyways. And there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of what ifs surrounding that, because what if they didn't have the beef, they didn't have the fights and all of that. Okay.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
Yeah, but I would like to. But I would like to say though, I mean, in terms of loyalty, we still have players like Steph Curry and Giannis. Steph Curry, who's still on the Warriors, Giannis, who just signed his 5-year Supermax, and we'll see how he reacts to the upcoming seasons, whether he win or doesn't win a championship. So I wouldn't say that loyalty is entirely dead, but I would say that it's reduced.
Ya, belum masih ada. Cuman kalau dibandingin era like my era, I'm a 90s baby. Ya zaman-zaman dulu at least ada satu superstar atau dua superstar yang benar-benar kuat banget. Tapi kalau sekarang kayaknya setelah zamannya KG, Ray Allen sama Paul Pierce, mereka buat Superteam, terus tiba-tiba LeBron go to hit, kayaknya jadi ngetrend banget and everybody wants to win now. So is it about the loyalty or business or selfish? I don't know, but I think James Harden wanted to win now. Although I forgot, maybe the viewers can fill the comment below, Ken. Who won directly if they make a super team? I forgot, maybe Boston or LeBron. LeBron even when LeBron go to Heat, he go to the finals but he lose. And then the next year he won. And I think KD, Kyrie and James will need to play one season or full season. One full season or a couple season to can create the chemistry and to play either who will match them in the Eastern Conference Final, or who will go and play against them the first round or even second round, because we don't know if they healthy enough, if they good enough, if they deep enough, if Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni can play their role as a coach. Yeah, I'm hoping. Actually, I want Harden to get a ring, especially when you mention he play with Chris Paul, Austin Rivers. I think that's the time. I think CP3 always go to that place. He got injured, then finish, and then go to the other team. But it's another conversation about that kan. So
Yeah.
loyalty, yeah, there's still a lot of loyalty in this NBA teams. Selfish, of course. Business, yeah, absolutely. Or even drama.
Yeah.
And I honestly want to see how they play at the same time with KD, with Kyrie, and how Kyrie bring the ball or how James bring the ball, and KD just wait outside in the corner and then shoot the ball.
Yeah, I mean, for KD, it would be great for him, especially recovering from his Achilles, to not carry too much of the scoring load. But yeah, what you said about the big three, I do want to bring for that fact. I would say that the only big three that actually managed to win on their first go was one, the Boston Celtics in 2008, and two, it was the Golden State Warriors in 2017. If you consider Curry, Clay, and Durant a big three, and not a big four with Draymond, but we don't know yet. The thing is, again, bringing back to the dynamics of Big Three, what makes Boston's work so much was because everyone has a designated role. KG is the rim defender, he's the low post scorer, while Paul Pierce is the all-around wing player, the wing scorer, and Ray Allen is the shooter, and you have Rajon Rondo, who's just an excellent point guard. With the problem with being in Miami is that LeBron and Dwayne Wade, as players, they don't match up well because you can't just give ball handling to one of them and then ask the other one to be a spot-up shooter. And Chris Bosh was asked to do less than what he is normally comfortable in doing. And for Golden State in 2017, I would say that they just run practically the best offense in NBA history, the most efficient offense at least, if in my opinion. So that's why nobody can stop them at that point. And I guess for all of them, the notion right now is that it's my turn, your turn basketball. I go play, I go ISO, and then it's your turn, you go ISO.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how they can do that.
Jadi paling enggak gini, if you wanna win against Brooklyn, you have to score.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn will always score. Or you need to have a defensive stopper, maybe 3 players at least, who can match up KD, Kyrie, and James. If not, well, eventually, when you go to the halftime, I think Brooklyn can score maybe at least 50 points.
Yes. So yeah, have to bring back the 2004 Detroit Pistons.
Oh
Yeah. Okay, then I guess to close it off, we've speculated about Brooklyn Nets and how they'll do in the Eastern Conference, but there's still one looming challenge left for them. If all goes well for the Brooklyn Nets, they're healthy, they follow health protocols, no drama and all of that, will they be the 2021 NBA champions?
Oh, you mean the Lakers?
Yeah, will they beat, presumably, the one who will come out of Western Conference is the Lakers?
Okay. Let's see. On paper, Kyrie, James, and KD again, LeBron, AD, and his role players. I think Brooklyn will have a really good chance, but they need to beat Giannis and the gang first, and the Boston also, Philly. If yeah, like I said, if James Harden, I mean KD and Kyrie still healthy, and Steve Nash how to arrange the minute plays, how to arrange the bench player, how to arrange the role players, and how to have a really good rest for those three superstars. I think they can beat LeBron, but as we know, the Lakers have a really good coach, and as the social media mentioned, the truth coach of Lakers is Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd and Steve Nash, they have a really good connection and they know each other well. And I'm hoping we will have a really competition or compete game until 7 games can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, maybe in percentage, I think the Brooklyn can beat the Lakers. Well, I don't know. Maybe the viewers can tell us in the comment below.
All right, then. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Box One, don't box your mind.